the Olympic gold medalist Galal Yafai, who in his second fight defends his WBC international title against Miguel Cartagena. We've got Cordell Booker against Amo Williams. We've got Reshat Mati. We've got Australia's Sky Nicholson, who is the first Australian female to ever box at this historic venue. Khalil Coe, and so much great talent. Checking I haven't missed anyone down there. No, we're good. Ready for a huge night on Saturday. We're going to hear from everyone now. Reshat, I'm going to start from you, the Albanian Bear. Your own hometown. You've boxed here before, of course. Big step up for you at the weekend and a massive show right on your doorstep.
Yeah, obviously I fought a couple of times in the Hulu Theater, never fought in the actual stadium. This is where the Knicks played, this is where Muhammad Ali fought. A lot of plays, a lot of fights, so I'm looking to put on a great show, and have all my Albanian fans out there, They bought them online, you'll have 200-300 there, guaranteed, so I'm looking to go put on a good show.
A good step up for you at the weekend, of course, and time to start doing that. You've boxed all over the world, of course, on DAZN, but great to be back in New York and ready to start getting into title contentions in 2022.
Absolutely, that's the plan, Bring up the more weights, bring up the belts, I'm ready to go.
Well, another fantastic young American prospect in Khalil Coe. Khalil, welcome. Madison Square Garden. We know your story. I'm sure a few years ago you didn't believe you would be here, but you are. Big step up again for you as one of America's top prospects and a great platform to do it.
Most definitely. This stage is going to be amazing, so close to home. All my family, people I grew up with, will be able to come out and support me. And I've been training to just put on a hell of a show.
Look forward to seeing you in action. One fight I cannot wait for on Saturday, and a lot of people in boxing have been talking about Amo Williams against Cordell Booker. Cordell Booker, a long-time blue-chip prospect with the PBC. Amo Williams, one of our most important young talents, tremendous power puncher, tremendous athlete, and takes a huge step up at Madison Square Garden this weekend. Cordell, we'll start with you. You've been looking for this opportunity for a long time. Keith Connolly, I know your manager, has been plaguing me for a big fight like this. A lot of people talking about this fight. It's going to be a great one at this historic venue.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. We've been waiting for a fight, so that's why we moved up to 160, because we're ready to fight anybody, make my dreams come true, and that's what's going to happen on Saturday.
You have got a huge amount of experience over Amo Williams. He's a fantastic prospect, has looked devastating with both hands, but you do have the edge in terms of experience in this fight. Looking to use that against Amo Williams, and I'm sure you respect this young man's talent.
Yeah, I respect him. I respect everybody who comes into the ring, but it's my time. I put in way too much work. My experience is above his, just like you said, and that's what I'm looking to do.
Amo, this is a big fight for you, big step up. You've been calling for this for a long, long time. New training camp, new setup. We saw you, great fight last time on the Devin Haney card in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. Now you're at Madison Square Garden. Life's good for Amo Williams, but this is where it gets real for you at the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. This is my first title shot at 11, going 11-0, and I'm very thankful for Cordell Booker, because it's a lot of fighters who don't put their undefeated record on the line, especially somebody who has more fights and more experience. So for me, getting somebody who's supposed to be better, who's supposed to be around for a long time and all that, that pulls a different beast out of me. I know he says he's put a lot of work in and stuff like that, but there's no way he's worked how I worked. There's no way he's even come close to the things that I sacrificed for the sport. And on Saturday night, y'all are going to see that.
You see a lot of great prospects take this big step up, and it's so exciting when you've had your learning experiences around the world, and now we can get to see you in a real fight. But what makes you believe you're ready for this step up on Saturday?
What makes me know that I'm ready for this step up on Saturday is it's a lot more that goes into fighting than just the fight. This is my second time in the big stage, in the Garden, in the big room. This is my second time. I fought right before Katie Taylor on Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because that was like you were just thrown into this fight at Madison Square Garden last time. You stopped the guy in the first round, I think, end of the first round, but you also, it was a lively performance. You were very overexcited in that fight, but I guess great grounding for Saturday night.
Exactly. When I go into this next fight and I make my ring walk and I see the cameras and the Megatron and the crowd and this beautiful venue that I'm in, it won't take me out of the moment, not even a slight amount. Cordell doesn't have that experience. I mean, they talk about experience, but I mean, I have Quatavious Cash, who was a great fighter, a good fighter. Then I also have Dennis Douglas on my resume. So it's not like I'm coming into this fight with no experience. And I'm gonna show that it's a lot of levels to Mo Williams that I haven't had to pull out yet. He's a very skilled fighter, and I can fight a different style and show y'all guys another side of Mo Williams.
Well, 10-0 against 17-0. It's a tremendous fight. 3 female fights on this card on Saturday night. Sky Nicholson, probably the most active female fighter right now in boxing. Obviously, the first Australian female to ever fight in this historic venue. Looking forward to your third fight in, 9-10 weeks. It's been a roller coaster, but this is a huge moment for you.
Yeah, I feel very grateful to be here and to be on such a historic event, and I can't wait. I think I heard yesterday it'll be my third fight in 57 days or 59 days or something, so very active, and I'm excited to show what we've been working on in the gym.
I know that you've got lots of photos of Katie Taylor and you growing up, I think is probably as young as, I don't know, the first one that you had, but obviously a big inspiration to you, and as a female fighter, so much in front of you, but great to see such a historic card in a huge venue and paves the way for female fighters like yourself to realise it's possible to create big moments like this.
Definitely. Katie and Amanda have been trailblazers for women's boxing, and they've paved the way for my generation, and I hope that I can pave the way for the next generation.
And finally, your first fight in San Diego was against an undefeated fighter from San Diego. Great performance there. Your second fight, you weren't overly happy because it was against more of a journeywoman opponent. You want to fight these fighters with winning records, these fighters that are coming to win, and you expect that at a weekend. A good opponent who definitely will be here to try and take this opportunity.
Definitely. I've got a lot of respect for my opponent. I think she's a great fighter, and she's going to come to fight, and she's going to come to win, and I'm excited. I want to be in a real fight, and that's when you're going to see the best me. I've said that from the start.
Well, look forward to seeing you at Madison Square Garden on Saturday with the eyes of Australia also watching. When we talk about great young fighters, we recently signed a young man in Galal Yafai who I believe is a future star of the sport of boxing. Olympic gold in Tokyo, I think the standout talent from the Tokyo Olympics. And when we sat down with Galal Yafai, it was very clear that I felt, and he felt as well, that there was no reason to have these 6 and 8 round fights. In his first fight, he went and won the WBC international title over 10 rounds at the O2 Arena. Now he comes to defend that title in just his second fight here at Madison Square Garden. Great opportunity for bringing young fighters through on this fantastic global platform with DAZN. His opponent in Miguel Cartagena, very tough fight, going to have big support in the arena as well. And Miguel, I'll start with you. Quite unique fighting a fighter who's just 1-0, but obviously a very good fighter and a big moment for your career at the weekend.
Yeah, very different approach as far as where I'm at in my career right now. But I'm super excited. I've had a really good camp. I'm just ready to get in there and rock and roll. I'm ready to show.
Obviously, he was a great amateur, but
Yes.
as a pro, just the one fight. Looking to use your experience in the pros against him, I guess that's something.
I feel like it'll definitely come in handy in later rounds for sure.
Galal doesn't get much bigger than this. I know you're as cool as a cucumber, whether you were at the O2 or whether you were winning Olympic gold, but let's just break this down. You're about to have a title fight at Madison Square Garden in your second fight. You've been walking around New York with a pulse rate of about 20 all week, but this is a big moment for you. And as a young man, moments you've dreamed of, obviously a tremendous fighting family with your brothers, Khalid and Gamal as well, but a special moment for you and the family this weekend.
Yeah, definitely fighting at MSG, my second fight. It's a dream come true. And I remember we spoke in Sheffield and you said I could fight on these shows and you stuck to your word. But I've just got to go out there, win. Winning is the main thing, you know, but I want to look good too. I've got a good opponent. He's come to win. So it makes a good fight for the fans.
What did you learn from that first fight at the O2? You know, you boxed a guy that most people would fight in their 10th, 11th, 12th fight. Very tough. He stayed in there for a while. He didn't lose many rounds. You took a few on the way as well, but great learning fight as well. And you can see the advantage of taking those fights over those easy 6 and 8 rounders.
I think I learned how small the gloves were, coming into the arena with a few people. But that's about it, really. Hopefully I can learn a bit more on Saturday. But like I said, I'm here just to win, to look good, and then get back home.
Well, one of the great young prospects in global boxing, Galal Yafai, ready to defend his title as we move towards 2 tremendous fights. And of course, we know this is a big moment for women's boxing, but this fight could stand alone as a main event. 2 great talents, 2 unified champions for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. Ellen, I'll start with you. I talk about Australia watching. Everyone in Sweden will be watching at the weekend as well. Massive fight, massive stage. You look in tremendous shape, ready to go at the weekend.
Yeah, I'm so ready. Thank you for this opportunity. It's an honor to be here in Madison Square Garden. It's the first time a Swedish boxer is here to get this opportunity. I'm so ready. I've been ready for so long time now.
Let's talk about this fight. You know, previously, before we picked this fight up, it'd fallen through a couple of times, and both coming off tremendous wins, both all-action fighters. Everyone expecting a tremendous fight here, but been a long wait and ready to make it count. You ended up doing it at Madison Square Garden, so it was worth the wait.
Yes, of course, this is the best thing, 100%. So it's been a long wait. We are ready. I'm going to put on a great show on Saturday, for sure.
And just finally, both you and Cruz Dezern, great fighters, heavy-handed as well. You know, you see a lot of the action in women's boxing at the lower weights. 2 fighters that can really punch as well, that like to let their hands go. We expect a great fight here.
Yeah, you can expect a great fight. We're both strong, big girls. So, yeah, you're going to feel it in the air.
Thank you. Well, the HH Diva, welcome. The only person I know that trains with her sunglasses on. Do you actually do that? Or is that just for the gram?
Nah, this is my aesthetic since I stepped on the scene. Well,
you've been on the scene a while. You debuted against Clarissa Shields in the toughest fight she's ever had. I was there that night.
Really?
Yeah. It was. I believe it was on the Kovalev undercard or the Ward
I didn't
undercard.
know that.
I was there. And, you know, I remember thinking this is a tough debut. And now, as she becomes the undisputed champion, you sit on the verge of becoming the undisputed champion at Madison Square Garden at the weekend. A moment I'm sure you dreamed of as a young fighter, a young athlete, and you're ready to take this opportunity.
Yes. When I stepped into the ring for that fight against Clarissa Shields, my coach told me one thing before going, and he told me one thing in the corner. You win the fight, you change your life. And I gave my best effort, and I still changed my life. So when I win this fight, it's already written. I'm going to change it for the better and also the people around me. Ellen is a great fighter. She works very hard, but she's not as hungry as I am.
When you talk about the development of women's boxing and how opportunities present itself, you're a great amateur as well. You know, you had great pedigree. You had to turn pro and fight Clarissa Shields in your debut.
Yes.
I mean, how much has this sport evolved? These opportunities for female fighters evolved now, where you sit ready to challenge for the undisputed world championship at Madison Square Garden. But back then, that was the only opportunity you had. Fight Clarissa Shields, or you may never get a chance. And that was in your opening fight.
Yeah, well, back then, when I started, women's boxing wasn't even in the Olympics. So to be on that stage and go pro against her, because 13 girls turned her down. So you could tell how I'm built, my character, my will, the things I want out of life. I stepped up to the plate because I knew that fight would set a standard not only for us, but for women's boxing ahead. And as you see, from then on, it's been amazing fights. And leading up to this fight with Katie and Amanda, the best versus the best.
And finally, as I said to Ellen, both of you, big punchers, both of you, great output as well. I remember back from that Clarissa Shields fight, you always hold your feet, ready to engage, expect a great fight. And I know when you fight, you always look for the knockout, and I guess that's the aim. I know you want to win, but we expect fireworks from you two.
I honestly don't look for the knockout.
You should just say, because it sounded better.
Yeah, but listen to this. The difference between me and Ellen, she's a soccer player turned boxer. I've been boxing over half of my life, so I ain't going to lose to no half-time boxer. And I'm definitely going to put on a show April 30th. Period.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Eddie, sorry.
I liked it. I wanted you to keep going.
Oh, we could pop up. Look, first of all, no.
No. That's good. That's good. The undisputed super middleweight world championship on the line this weekend. Now, a fight that I cannot wait for, a fight that has been years in the making, a fight that was supposed to take place February the 5th as main event in Las Vegas earlier this year. Liam Smith, the former WBO light middleweight champion of the world, against Jessie Vargas, the former 2-division world champion. This is a fight that could headline on any US show, any UK show, anywhere around the world. And we were delighted to add it to this historic card. Liam, firstly with you, I know this is a fight you've wanted for a long, long time. I know what this place means to you and the family, and you know this better than anyone. Of course, Callum boxed here as well. Massive fight for you, a fight that you've wanted for a long time. You look in tremendous shape, ready to go.
Yeah, a fight I've wanted for a long time since you mentioned you promoted Jessie. I thought, oh yeah, I'll have that fight, and it maybe should have happened. And then Jessie fought Mikey Garcia, which I had no questions about, but that was a long time ago, and this fight should have happened since then, and it hasn't. It's fell through a couple of times, and it fell through February. That's how it's become a little bit personal, a little bit needle now, and we're here now. I said last time when Jessie pulls out, wrap yourself in cotton wool, because I'm not losing this Madison Square Garden date, and now he's here. I'm happy I've seen him here. I'm happy Jessie's found a little bit of needle back, found his voice a little bit also, and we're here now, we're a couple of days away, and I'm massively excited for this.
Yeah, we've heard him say that he believes he's going to knock you out at the weekend as well, and it's good to have that back and forward. But I know there's respect between the two of you, but you're looking to do a job on him at the weekend.
Yeah, I've openly said it. I think Ed, you've beat me enough now. I'll say what I feel, and I do feel I can be the first to stop Jessie, especially at 154. 154 is my division. He could still make 147, and that proves to me I'm the naturally bigger, stronger man in this weight division, and over a 12-round fight, I'll fully make that count.
Is that what we expect to see from Liam Smith? Aggression in this fight? We know you like to stand and fight on the inside particularly as well, but a lot of people talking about the styles of this fight and expect a brilliant, brilliant fight.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I wanted the fight. I knew it'd make for a good fight. I knew Jessie's easy to drag into a fight. He likes a fight himself. And I just think that's why it'll totally make for a good fight once it starts. I know Jessie's got fast hands with him being a smaller, sharper man. But once the fight starts and once it gels, it'll gel into a very, very good fight. And that's where I fully believe I take over.
People talk about this. Obviously, both of you want another shot at the world title. It's a tough road back for the loser. Do you believe that you end the career of Jessie Vargas at the weekend?
Yeah, I do, definitely. And I feel that, Jessie's going into politics now. He's already got one foot out the door. And I'll give him his other foot. I'll give him his exit.
Jessie, we know that you're a major politician now, but we know you're also a hungry fighter, a tremendous fighter, a two-division champion. This young man to my left looking to end your career at the weekend. How hungry are you? We know that that's a big part of your life now as well, but we know how important the sport of boxing is to you. We've seen you quite vocal for this fight. You believe you're going to knock Liam Smith out this weekend. It's a brilliant fight, and you look ready to go.
I'm definitely ready to go. I just can't wait. The only thing I'm ready for is for that bell to ring Saturday night, and for me to let my hands go and just punch this guy down. I'm looking forward to that moment. I'm here to talk about boxing. This is my main career. This is my livelihood. This is what I've done since I was 8 years old. How can anyone question it? I love what I do. I'm great at it. That's why I continue to stay on top, in the top 10 in the world. And I will become world champion again. That is my plan, and that is what will happen. And it starts with this Saturday night where I knock out Liam Smith, as I promised before. I'm not here to shy away from anything. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll say it to his face. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to knock him out. I prepared for it. I have a great team, because they do have a great dream as well. But I have a great team. My father's my coach, Jose Vargas. He knows me very well, to perfection. Knows exactly what we need to correct. He's always been there since I was 8 years old, so he knows he's seen my improvements, my stages, and if there's anything that I'm lacking, he definitely reminds me. I have Nonito Nair, which is a new asset, right? He's, it's instrumental to have somebody that is like-minded, but at the same time is elevated, because he's eight-time world champion for a reason. He's one of the all-time greats, and he will always go down as one of the all-time greats. He has a big fight himself, so we were in camp together, right, for this one. And it wasn't a long layoff. It was 2 years off, but at the same time, I was consistently training. I have had 3 training camps in one. We were supposed to fight in May. You remember that? May of 2021. And that didn't occur. Then again, we negotiated a fight for February 5th. Unfortunately, I tested positive for COVID. That didn't occur. Got postponed for April 30th. That's 3 training camps in one. If there's any ring rust. If there was any ring rust, believe me, that's well brushed off. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'm really looking forward to showing you what I've been working on, showing you the strength that I have at 154, proving to you that I should have made this jump years ago when I first realized it in 2019. I had told Eddie about it, and we had made the decision to move up to 154. I think we did 152 at that time, which was a catch weight. I won by knockout, and I look forward to keeping that knockout winning streak intact in the 154-pound division. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just ready. And I do want to take the time to also, give my respect and some prop to DAZN Matchroom Boxing for expanding and growing the brand so rapidly. From 2017 and on, I was one of the first to sign on. And, I saw a lot of potential. I did a thorough research on what they proposed, and I felt that it was the new era. And you have shown this by not only every event that you put on some of the biggest fights in the world, such as Canelo Alvarez and several others. But I definitely respect that, and you're supporting women's boxing, which they deserve all the respect. I mean, they give it all they got, and I'm sure Saturday night they're gonna impress the fans. And I'm looking forward to being a part of it, to backing them up, showing that support, and giving the fans a good show and a good performance by me, and of course everyone here. I'm sure they're going to try and do the same.
I was going to say that. You trying to get more votes, Jesse?
I don't care about your vote, but tell you what, let me knock you out Saturday night and we'll go from there.
Who's the last person you knocked out?
You're going to be the first one, I'll tell you that much.
Jesse, one thing I will say about moving to 54, I know that you've wanted to do that a long time. Liam Smith is a strong 154-pounder. You saw him have a great fight with Canelo Alvarez. You saw him fight Mungiri, lost those fights, but you respect him as a fighter. You expect him to be in front of you, and that's why you're so confident that you'll knock him out at the weekend.
I'm confident because of my training camp. I'm confident because of my team. I'm confident because of the type of shape that I'm in. I'm confident because everything that I've done to execute this plan that I have, and I'm planning to do that come Saturday night. I mean, I'm ready, physically, spiritually, mentally. I'm just, I'm overly prepared, and I just can't wait. I'm just anxious to show the fans what I've been working on. It's going to be an exciting night for me, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have fun Saturday.
And Liam, if he tries to knock you out, will lend itself
I will.
to being, you will knock him out.
Jesse, you've never fought at 154. You've moved to 154 and done it the shitbag way and still fought at 152, and you fought Humberto Soto. If you're going to 154, go to 154. Don't say you're going to 154 and then fight at 152. That's a coward way. You haven't fought at 154 and you come to knock me out, you're in a world of trouble.
Listen,
who's the last person you destroyed? You said you're going to destroy me. You've won 3 fights at your last 8 or 4.
You're going to feel the punch of Saturday night.
I hope so.
Well, your wish will come true.
Well, gentlemen, it is going to be a thrilling fight. Jessie Vargas against Liam Smith. Of course, the undisputed super middleweight world championship, Ellen Cederus against Cruz DAZN. Amo Williams against Cordell Booker. Cartagena against Yafai. Sky Nicholson. Reshat Mati, Khalil Ko. An incredible undercard. And the reason being is, when you go to Madison Square Garden, you have to put on a great show. A historic main event, but one of the best undercards we have ever staged. Watch it all unfold live on DAZN from the Mecca of boxing on Saturday. We're going to split now for head-to-heads, and then we'll be back with the main event press conference shortly. Thank you.
Well, just for the record, Liam Smith referred to Humberto Soto. That was Jessie Vargas' last knockout. It came nearly 3 years ago, April 26, 2019. So actually a little over 3 years ago. But you could feel the tension. These two have had a potential max in the works for over 2 years now. And finally, it's coming to fruition April 30th.
Well, you remember for that fight between Canelo against Callum Smith, Liam was already challenging Jessie, and we were already talking about this fight, but that rivalry has been brewing for a long time. And Callum is right. This would be Jessie's first fight, but we cannot count Jessie out. If something that I know about Jessie Vargas is his heart. It's always in the ring, and he's game to take any fight the distance.
Yeah, former 2-division world champion trying to extend and prolong a career and potentially grab another belt in another division. It would be very impressive if he pulls it off, but feels like there's only 2 ways to go here Saturday night when you take a look at the paths with Liam Smith and Jessie Vargas. The loser could go down a very dark path, and the winner could get another crack at a championship.
The one thing that we've always spoken about boxing, it's a very jealous career. It's a very jealous girlfriend. That's the kind of girlfriend that doesn't like to share its time, its space, nothing. Either you're a full-time fighter or you're not. And I understand it's been 2 years where Jessie has actually dabbled not only into politics, but he's also a great communicator. He does a great job at analyzing fights. He's worked with us many times. So, you know, that's what Liam is actually pointing at. It's like, you're not a full-time fighter. And we heard what Franchon said about half-time or part-time fighters.
Liam Smith, Jessie Vargas are going to come face-to-face in moments. Right there, you see Galliafy, Miguel Cartagena on your screen. Those two going at it. And this is going to be Gal's first title defense in match number 2 in his pro career.
That's amazing. I remember when I started doing this for a living, we would have never even mentioned a second fight for a title. But let's not forget, Vasily Lomachenko went for the first title in his first pro fight. So it's becoming more normal than what we could have ever thought.
Galliafy getting the stoppage over Bautista back at the O2 Arena. So that was for a title in his debut. He defends the title for the first time at Madison Square Garden in New York. And then you see, look, tons of history on this show. Not only one undisputed title fight, but there you see Aline Serrarus, Franchon Cruz Dezern. They are going to go for the undisputed title at 168 pounds as they go face-to-face, and the Sunnies are coming off for Franchon.
Her aesthetic. This has been Franchon's aesthetic since she walked into the scene. And I'm just repeating what she said. This is long time in the making. Franchon was one of those ladies that just kept on grinding in the amateurs, then decided to go pro. First pro fight against Clarissa Shields with an outstanding amateur background. And then she even made part of the U.S. team.
Well, there you see we were talking about moments ago. Liam Smith and Jessie Vargas getting ready for their clash on Saturday night. It's been a match in the making for quite some time. It was scheduled to be the main event on a February 5th card. Jessie Vargas came down with COVID-19 and pushed back to here on Saturday night on DAZN, the co-feature leading up to Taylor and Serrano. And we're going to see Taylor and Serrano in a few moments, but this is the stare down that people have been waiting for. There is a genuine animosity between these two. There really is.
Oh my gosh, that was a long stare down. And this is a very evenly matched fight. I can honestly say I'm looking forward to this fight because they both have earned titles in their respective weight divisions. The only difference is this would be Jessie.